Okay, astrology update. I'm going to talk about the full moon that's happening in Aquarius this Wednesday night / Thursday morning, depending on where you are in the world. So we have a full moon in Aquarius. We have a whole bunch of planets in Leo. Obviously, the sun is in Leo, opposing the moon, which is what makes it a full moon. We've got Venus conjunct the sun for this full moon. We've got Mercury in Leo, and we have Mars in Leo. So 4 planets in Leo and 1 planet in Aquarius, the moon in Aquarius. We have Mercury that has just gone direct. It's been retrograde. It retrograded back into Cancer. So we have been really going through it. I feel since Cancer season and the eclipse season, like that was a whole fucking lot for a lot of us. I feel like it really ripped our hearts open to stuff from the past that's been holding us back, to the direction that we are needing to go in the future, to what really makes us feel good internally. Maybe it's new, like, information coming in that we didn't realize, these changes that we were going to have to make. And so it's been a lot just taking in this information and processing the insights, the like clarity that's come from Cancer season and the eclipse season. And right now it feels a lot like kind of an in-between time, because what happened at the time of the eclipse season and then is kind of like a precursor to what's going to happen in January of 2020, the beginning of next year. So this whole time, leading up to that moment when Saturn and Pluto come conjunct in the sign of Capricorn in January of 2020, that's going to be like when shit really hits the fan, I feel like. So these changes that we're feeling we need to make right now, we need to make them. We need to make the changes right now, or else it's going to become very apparent at that time. I feel, at the beginning of next year, the changes that we needed to make, or, maybe finding ourselves in a situation that we're not super happy about because we didn't listen to our intuition at this time. So I feel like this full moon in the sign of Aquarius is a really huge time to kind of recommit to yourself, as was the Leo new moon. But this full moon is a lot about, Aquarius is about your individuality. It's about accepting your uniqueness, your weirdness, your eccentricity, accepting that you are different than other people, that you maybe don't want to do things like how other people are doing. Aquarius is the most like out there, walking to the beat of its own drum, just not following the rules of society. So with this full moon, it's like, where do you need to break free in your life? Where do you need more independence? Where do you need more freedom within your life? And we had Uranus go retrograde, which I feel will really help to make that clear, like to kind of shake up any stuck energy. That's what Uranus does. It's the great awakener. So it shakes up stuck energy that we have within ourselves, around, with Uranus being in Taurus, around our sense of self-worth, around our ability to make money, our ability to share our gifts, what our values are, and our ability to live by those values. So with Uranus going retrograde, as it does every year for about half the year, it could cause some chaotic, like, shaking up energy of what's stuck within us. So helping us to break free from those limiting beliefs, from the things that are holding us back from being able to move forward and to make money and to provide for ourselves, which I feel like is coming up a lot around this time of this full moon. Like, okay. Yeah, so I feel like it's a lot about kind of gaining back your independence and recommitting to those things that you need to do to provide for yourself, to take care of yourself, to just show up in your authentic expression. That's what we've been kind of working throughout this whole Leo season. And with having so many planets in the sign of Leo, we're really getting clear on what we're passionate about, what excites us, what lights the fire within. And then the moon opposing all of that energy, you know, in the sign of Aquarius is like, okay, how can you be in your own, you know, unique, authentic expression, but really embrace your individuality? Like Leo's all about creative expression and passion and fire, and Aquarius is just like the kind of most out there sign in the zodiac that's just fully embracing its individuality, its uniqueness, and it being okay with being seen as so different than other people. You know, the Aquarius energy is very future oriented, and you know, it rules our hopes, our dreams, our visions for the future. So it's going to the future to kind of think about the life that you're really wanting to create and the visions that you have for yourself, and what at this time needs to go in your life so that you can more fully step into that, so that you can embrace your own unique individual path. At the time of this full moon, we're going to have Mercury squaring Uranus. So Mercury, the planet of communication and how our mind works, you know, how we think about things, it's going to be making a square to Uranus, that planet of sudden change, the great awakener. It's like the lightning bolt energy. It's can be, really chaotic and disruptive. So I feel like these last, full moons and new moons, we've been having a lot of aspects to Uranus. So I feel like this time right now is asking us to kind of, to truly break free from those things that are holding us back in our lives, whether it's, you know, a place of living or a job or a relationship, a certain person in your life, whatever it looks like for you, and you can gain more insight you know, as to how it shows up for you based on what house these aspects are falling in for you. But I feel like there's been a lot of aspects being made to Uranus, and so this time has been encouraging us to just like to truly break free, to like shake off the dead weight, the stuff that we've been holding on to and maybe finding like security or comfort in for a long time that's just no longer for us. I feel like this moon is really asking us to like embrace our individuality and to know that we can do all of these things for ourselves, that we can have, you know, financial independence, that we can have just independence within all areas of our lives. And to really sit and to think about that, like what it is that you want to do. What are your visions, your dreams, your hopes for the future? Like what does that look like? What does that feel like? And what in your life needs to go at this time so that you can, you know, better set yourself up in a position to go in that direction. Okay, we also had Jupiter recently go direct after Jupiter's been retrograde. So another aspect to this full moon is that, Jupiter is the planet of joy, of expansion. It rules our faith, our belief in, you know, in ourselves, and also in just the greater picture here, like in something bigger than us. So with Jupiter finally going direct, you know, it's no longer appears to be moving backward. It's no longer retrograde and causing us to like kind of pause and to hold off in that area of our life. Now that it's moving direct, we're able to kind of see more clearly maybe the ways that we've been holding ourselves back, or where we lack faith, or, you know, within ourselves or within the universe or God or whatever word you want to use. You know, and Jupiter going direct will also bring in just things being able to come to us more easily, like more abundance, expansion, growth, after we've been kind of paused in that area since April. So you can go back to April and kind of look at what's been coming up since that time. What are some of the lessons that you've had to work through? What have been some of the common themes that have been going on since that time? So okay, I'm going to share some of the cards that I pulled for this full moon. So I got the Queen of Pentacles and then the Chariot card. So the Queen of Pentacles is all about kind of grounding, rooting within yourself, and again, like, yeah, coming home into yourself and knowing that you have the ability to create, independence in all areas of your life. Just feeling at home and comfortable within who you are, rooted in your being, and knowing that you have the resources, the materials necessary to get to the places you want to go. And the Chariot card is asking us to move forward. It's like victory and willpower. It's our inner drive. So staying focused on those things that we are committed to, on the deepest level, like what is our soul asking from us? What is our soul calling us to do? Staying committed to those things, each day, on the day to day. Because after we have this full moon in Aquarius, we're going to, one by one have planets move into the sign of Virgo, the next sign after Leo. So Virgo is all about your daily routines. It's about what you do on the day to day. It's about, structure, organization, planning, details, having everything, kind of in its place. So now that we, at the time of this full moon and going through Leo season, we're really waking up to the things that light us up, that we're passionate about, that excite us, and then needing to feel comfortable within that, even if it looks way different than what other people are doing, even if it looks different than what you thought you would be doing just a short time ago, like a month ago or so. And since this eclipse season, it's really just kind of shaking you to the core of what your truth is and the direction that you're needing to go in. So yeah, so little by little, things are going to move into Virgo, and we're going to be asked to kind of lay a solid foundation to build upon these intentions that we're setting right now. And I mentioned in one of my posts on Instagram that it feels like an in-between time, that we can all feel that like some big change is about to take place, or there's like a big shift going on right now, individually and collectively as a whole. And I think, again, that conjunction in January of 2020, when Saturn and Pluto come together, the two most malefic planets that bring the most transformation, Pluto being the planet of death, of destruction, of rebirth, of transformation, and Saturn being the planet of like our boundaries, society, the government structures, the material world. So collectively, we can see a lot of shit being exposed, a lot of stuff being brought up to the surface, and then we're going to need to kind of rebuild how we do things. And so that's happening on a global level, and then also individually, like within ourselves, knowing that we cannot go on doing things the way that we have been doing things now, with all this new information around what we really need to feel safe, to feel comfortable, to feel supported, like what feels right to us. This Aquarius full moon, what are our visions? What are our hopes? What are our dreams for the future? What do we feel called to do from like a higher purpose? What do we feel called to do? How are we going to serve humanity? That's also another energy for Aquarius. It's about humanity, the serving of humanity. It's just kind of the bigger picture, like outside of the one person's mind, but like the collective, the whole. How can we kind of come together, and how can I more fully show up to benefit everybody, to benefit humanity? And we can only do that when we're rooted fully in our truth, and we feel confident in the gifts and the abilities that we have, so that we can fully show up. So yeah, we're leading up to that huge aspect that's happening next year, which happens about every 34 years, 35 years. And all throughout history, it's like significant events have happened at that time. So one of them was 9/11. When slavery was abolished was one of them. World War I was one of them. It's like huge events throughout history. It's like a breaking point. Like we can no longer continue going on the way that we've been doing things, and we need to seriously restructure how we show up individually and then globally as well. So I feel like we can feel like something is there, there's big shifts happening. And so right now, to bring it back in, like individually at this level, the micro level, how can we just root into ourselves more and know what we're here to do, and have just total like faith and trust in what we came here to do, what we came here to share, and to put it out there. No matter how Aquarian energy, no matter how weird and wacky and different it seems to other people, how can you just ground into that, knowing that you came here to do something, to share your story, to bring forth some message, to do something in your life? What is it? Where can you liberate yourself in your life at this time? Where can you find more freedom, more independence, embrace your individuality, your uniqueness more? What areas of your life do you need to break free of something that's keeping you from standing in that more fully? Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I have to share for this full moon. Yeah, it's been intense. It's been an intense Cancer season and eclipse season, and now that Mercury has moved out of Cancer and it's finally into Leo, it's not retrograding back into that same water that we were in Cancer season. Now that we've kind of made clear, okay, what do we need to feel good, to feel supported after possibly slipping down those holes of stuff from the past, old wounds and pain and trauma kind of coming back up, so that we can more fully understand it and we can more fully see the ways that we hold ourselves back, maybe we self-sabotage, that we don't follow through with things, etc. And then by being made really clear of that, we can better understand how to move forward and to notice those things that we do, and to challenge ourselves by pushing through them. So Leo season, waking us up to our passion, our creative expression, the things that excite us, that make us feel alive, waking us up to our personal power, our courage. Jupiter going direct, so kind of reawakening that sense of purpose, of drive, of desire, the faith that we have in ourselves and in something bigger. And this Aquarius full moon asking us to really embrace our path, to embrace our own unique path, and to break free from society, from your family, from your friends, from your job, in whatever area of your life that you need to break free from. In what area are you conforming to what other people want for you? In what area of your life do you need to break free from something that will then liberate you to be able to stand in a more full expression of yourself? What do you need to let go of at the time of this full moon? Yeah, I think it's really big shifts that are happening right now that people weren't really, maybe didn't see coming. And in order to really set ourselves up to be in a good space next year in January and throughout the year, when we have a whole bunch of planets going retrograde, and starting off the year with eclipses, kind of revisiting this energy that was awoken within us during this past eclipse season, making those changes that we need to do right now, and being able to have just open communication and conversation about what it is that you need that helps you to express your own unique individual expression. Again, no matter how different or weird that looks to other people, because that is the Aquarian energy. It's totally, doing its own thing, walking away from the crowd of people to lead us into a new direction of, doing things, to revolutionize these current systems that we have. So what did you come here to do? And what do you need to break free from at this time that can best help you go in that direction? Okay. All right. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that everybody is, feeling things right now at the time of this full moon. I don't want to say having a good full moon, or I hope you're just able to kind of sit with whatever's coming up for you at this time, and to get clear on what your hopes and your dreams are for the future, and what you need to liberate yourself from right now that can help you, best go in that direction. So, okay. If you would like to book a reading with me, I do astrology readings, so I can look at, where this full moon is happening for you, what house the full moon is falling in, so we can kind of go deeper into, what that will look like personally in your life, because collectively we're all feeling, you know, this general energy, but how it's going to show up in your life is a little bit more specific based on your individual birth chart. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website at cosmicguidance.online. I do astrology readings, tarot readings, and past life regressions. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful. I hope everybody has a empowering full moon in Aquarius. All right, thanks.